friend, it's Katie and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. If so, you can subscribe. The button is always down below. I post BLI lifestyle panning and more. And in today's video, I'm going to be doing kind of like a fail video, but we'll get to that. This is going to be my impromptu finale for the Pan Those Shadows project. And I gotta say, this year was such a fail for that and stuff, but yeah, I don't really know what to say or anything, but let's just get to it. So I haven't even done an update this year, which is kind of why I'm saying this is a fail video, and I'm kind of disappointed, but I don't know what the heck happened. I don't know if a lot was just going on, but I literally didn't update those once, and I was like, oh, we'll update next month. I'll update next month. And I kind of mentioned like on my TikTok when I do get ready me's, and I've also think I mentioned it briefly in my panning videos that I'm gonna like be more organized next year. I feel like I say that every year, but I actually mean it. Like I'm gonna even thoroughly like plan out and that kind of stuff, but I don't like sweat anything. Like I don't sweat like not updating or having somewhat of a fail video just because stuff happens and that kind of stuff. But let's just do the finale and we can make it better, I guess. I don't know. So I did structure my Pan Those Shadows like a little bit this year. So I did randomize, I think, a few shades, and then I had focus palette, and then I let myself pick one of my shadows, which I think is great. I think I also used my friend Lainey's prompt list that she has, which I'll link down below. So the first thing that I believe I randomly generated was the shade from the Anastasia Sultry palette. This is mine. She's gorgeous. And the one I generated is the one I literally did not want to work on, which is Bloom, which is that bright, like pinkish color, pinkish orange coral. Literally no visible progress. I can tell you guys, I literally used this once of the whole friggin' year. And that's okay. Like, that's fine. It happens. But that's where we are with that. Such a fail. And then a randomly generated shadow. And then another randomly generated shadow was Verb from the Naked 2 palette, which I was working on last year. I did make decent progress on, but that one I really didn't use either. I guess I was a little intimidated, which I'm like, that one, I don't know why, because I literally play with color like all the freaking time, and that one's not even like colorful, but I would love to fully use up this palette just because this is a really old palette. Like I've had other palettes that are older, younger than this, but this one, as far as I know, even though this is probably virgin, God, this palette has to be 10 years old, or at least just about. It has to be older than 10 years old. If I remember correctly, I got this in like 2012. Yeah, this is like an 11-year palette. I don't know, but didn't really make progress on that. There's no point in showing you guys, but I guess I'll show you. That's kind of what happened with that. Okay, so next I picked Antique Bronze, and I gotta be honest, I probably only used this once, and I don't even know what my prompt was for that. I have no idea. But I'll show you guys that I literally didn't use that shadow. Like, it's that one right there. Hardly even used it. But you know, I don't even know what to say to that. Maybe we'll do better next year. So then I did have the prompt I love but don't use a lot. And this is Moo from the Carly Bible palette. I use this a fair amount of times. I love this palette. It's a very sentimental palette to me. As you can see, like one of the shades shattered on the end. I didn't pan that. It literally shattered. I dropped this one day, and of course that shade shattered, and it's literally still making a mess today. But I don't like that shadow, so I was like, okay, you can shatter. But this is sentimental because I got this in New York City a couple of years ago when I went there. One of the only times I went there. But yeah, the shade Moo, I said I love, but I don't use it a lot because I don't want to use it up. I think it is the most pretty golden shade like ever. It's so pretty and stuff. But yeah, that's kind of my reasoning with that. But I don't know if I had pan before this, but I know I use that shade a lot. Like, you can definitely see the pan, how good it is. And this is for sure like something I'm interested in using in the future. And then I had a focus palette, and out of my focus palette, which my focus palette was the Naked 3, I decided to randomly generate a shade, and then I also had my own pick and stuff. So I chose to work on the shade Strange, which I feel like I did decent progress on. There we go. One of the shades fell out, and that one I know wants to fall out. And of course that's the shade we were working on. But yeah, I got it around the edges. I could definitely repress it and see what happens. I think I even talked about doing that, but I never actually ended up doing that, per usual. But yeah, I definitely could use that up if I wanted to, you know? And then I was also painting Nooner, which nothing really happened with that either. I would love to, like, I don't know if I'll make this my focus palette if I do pan those shadows next year, which I want to, but we'll kind of see what happens. But I don't know. I don't know if I will, but I would love to play around with this palette more next year. I definitely should, because these are some of my older palettes in my collection. I don't know. I don't know what'll happen. But yeah, that's my pan those shadows. I knew it was kind of a fail, and this was literally my first and finale. I hate that, but you know, you can always do better next year. You can always improve, and I'm definitely going to improve. Yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Like I said, finales will be rolling out. I don't know when I'm going to post these. I think they'll be later than my other finales, just because I want those videos to get out, but we'll see. Maybe I'll have like in between videos, because you definitely need those and stuff. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!